Hello everyone. Today let us discuss one of the good tricks questions. It's a famous questions called lowest common ancestors of a binary tree. Okay, before going to these examples, I'll take you through the proper examples through my iPad. Okay, what is an LCS? Least common ancestor. Let me explain. Suppose one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They are given us two pointers, two pointers P and Q. What is the lowest or least? What do you mean by lowest common ancestors? Lowest. What's the lowest common ancestor for them? Is 2. You go up, you go up, you go up. The new node which we reach. Okay, okay. Let me explain in another way. There is a CEO of company. There is CTO and there is manager and there is manager, there is employee 1, employee 2. Who is lowest common ancestor? Like simple words, lowest common ancestor means who is the lowest person that they can tell complaint or tell something in a hierarchical way. For this manager, CTO, for this employee, CTO, not CEO. It is the not lowest. Okay. Okay, then how you wanna solve this? How you can solve this? See, for suppose, what is the lowest common ancestor for CTO and employee? You can call the node itself as the lowest common ancestor. They are given a constraint for it. Okay. Mm. In other words, the path, the common path is where it meets at the lowest point is called also called as lowest common ancestors. For CTO and employee, who is the lowest common ancestor for this path? And the CTO itself is himself can be a lowest common ancestor. So CTO. For manager and for employee, the path you can see lowest path they met at CTO. Then how can you solve it? What's the thought process? Let me explain. 8 and 9. Okay. If you observe now, let me explain in simple way. Suppose this is P and this is Q. How basically people thinks like, okay, I'm here, I will go up. I am here, I will go up. I am here, I will go up. I will record all these items. I will record all the items in the process of 9. Can you record these items? Is there any particular traversal? No, no, there is no particular traversal. You can't because you don't know where it is present. So you need to check everywhere, 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 everywhere. So you can't only have the path exactly till that particular way. I think so. You can't write the path. And then think again, how can you solve this? How can you solve this? How can you solve this? Okay, there is, okay, you can't traverse from here to here, right? So we have only option from traversing top to bottom. You can't traverse from bottom to, there is no way or any algorithm because it's a basic tree structure. Okay, you are at 1. When does 1 becomes lowest common ancestors of P and Q? Suppose, let me tell, suppose there is a element X. When does this element X becomes lowest common ancestor? If you find P in this way and if you find Q in this way or in this path, vice versa, P and Q vice versa, then you can say lowest common ancestor of these two is X. Okay, or another way, suppose you found Q and from here you found null. What is the lowest? What is the lowest common ancestor? Yes, the X itself. Suppose you found Q here, and so because you found, you actually returns. So there is a P here. So you are not able to reach P, but you know Q. And the other way it given null. It doesn't means there is no P. There the P will be here. Okay. So X will be lowest common ancestor here. Okay, you understood what we will do, right? Let's write the algorithm. If root equal to null, what we do? We return no. So actually what we are finding? We are finding Q and P, means the addresses of this particular thing. So this function returns node star sol P comma Q and root. Okay, if the root is null, you return the null. Okay, now it's clear. You are at root. You are at root. Okay, and node star is left P comma right equal to right. What I am doing here? What exactly I am doing here? I am going this way. Here, 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 here. I am going this way. If the root, if root equal to P or root equal to Q, what you return? What you return? What you will return from here? See, initially root was here, root came here. You return this particular root again, root value again, return root. And in case you found P or Q in this left way, you found some P or Q, and this right way of the root you found some P or you get you in a sense any P or Q. We wrote two conditions right here. This one, and where is another one? I forgot. So if if left does not equal to null, if left does not equal to null and right also does not equal to null, means this is a route, you traversed here, you got some left value, got some right value. In the sense, what does it indicate? This the root is the lowest common ancestor. So you return root. If this is the case, you return some p or q. Here null you have written. If left from left not equal to null, what you wanna return? Will you return root? Will you return the root? If here is q equal to null, and if it returns something, you need to return left and return right. This is the code. Let me code it and coded it at least once. Okay. First of all, if root equal to null, what does it indicate? It indicates return null. There is no thing to think. Return null. And in the sense, if something p equal to root or q equal to root, is it the correct case? Is this the correct case? Is this is the correct case? What does it mean by root came to the place of p, so you found an element, so you are returning that root. Okay. I traverse. Okay, it's accepted. Thanks. Should I explain it again? What exactly we are doing? Let me explain with an example. Let me take this example. 5 and 1. No, it's an worst example I have seen. 5 and 4. This is a great example. Let me take this example and dry run the code of. Okay, let's dry run the code. You are at root. You went to left and you found a element 5. So what you return? You return you return this particular thing. Left value, this pointer 5 you return, and you come to right, you come to left, you come to left, and returns nothing. Null, you returns null. What does it indicate? For root 3 you got only 5 and null from here. What does it indicate? It indicates that it is the lowest common ancestor, because there must exist an 4 in this direction, where when 4 traverse upward it meets 5 definitely. So the lowest common ancestor is, what is it, this value of this which you returned. Okay, let me take another example. Let me take 3, 5, 1, 0, 8, 6, 2, 7, 4. Suppose let me take 5 and 1. You stand at root. You go and try to you are searching for a P or Q. You found something, you can name it P, and you go left. You found Q. Now what's the lowest common ancestors for it? The answer root. The left and right is not null, so they will meet here. That's the root. Thanks.